Hello, my dears, and welcome back to the Kitty Coven. I am here because we have some information about things coming in the 1.4 Infinity Nikki update. It was posted just recently, so we're going to take a look at what they are telling us is coming for this new update. All right, we are taking a look directly at the Infinity Nikki website. You can find it linked on their Twitter as well. But this is talking about some updates and a sneak peek at upcoming content. So some new stuff coming. They're talking about the fact that, of course, Eerie season is concluding at the end of this update, which does make me very sad. I really wish the Queen's Palace could stay looking the way it does forever, but you know what? It sounds like it may be a yearly thing potentially, so as long as it comes back, I'll be happy. Let's take a look, of course, at the first thing they're talking about, which is our optimization updates. This is mostly going to affect mobile from what it sounds like, but it is a little bit of everything. The first thing being, we're getting a better update for map marking. So they're going to be introducing some new markers and a filter feature on the map. We'll be able to filter and view various markers individually, including custom markers, styling challenges, shops, mini games, and more. So we're probably going to be able to, this sounds like we're going to be able to kind of choose what we want to see at any given time, which might make it a bit easier, especially if you're just trying to focus on one main thing at a time, which I do very much like. And they've also decided to add more details shown when viewing markers. So after the update, we'll be able to access additional information such as styling challenge scores, shop purchase statuses, and mini game completion progress. Okay, so we're actually going to be able to see what is going on at that marker, which I actually really like. It kind of gives us a bit more information. We know what we're getting into before we get there, and it'll also make it a little bit easier to kind of know, you know, is this something I actually need to go do and look at, or is this just marking something we've already done? And I love that. They also are going to be adding markers for unvisited warp spires, and they will appear grayed out, but clearly marked on the map. Thank you. This is one of the things I love Infinity Nikki, but that was one of the most frustrating things for me, I think, at the start. Is if you guys play other gacha games, you know, generally you can see where whatever your teleport points are for that, even if you haven't visited them. So it's easy to find them. We didn't have that, but they are adding it in now, which I appreciate very dearly. It's great because it did incentivize more exploration. But I had a few that I'm not even kidding. I walked maybe 20 feet to the right of like 3 times before I saw them. And if it had shown up on the map as being there, I would have been able to get them much sooner. So this is really nice to see them adding and listening to our feedback on. I appreciate that so very much, especially with them, you know, updating not only the interactive map that you can actually connect to your account, but also the in-game map and adding things that help us, which I cannot thank them enough for. We are also getting, camera upgrades. Yeah. I don't think it's any secret that a lot of us absolutely love the photo mode in Infinity Nikki, and I know that there's been a lot of very largely requested things, and the fact that they are adding just some camera upgrades in general, we'll take a look at what exactly they're adding, but the fact that they're doing anything with it gives me hope that even if what we're requesting isn't added quite yet, it will be in the future. So in the upcoming version, camera mode will support taking photos while riding bikes and motorcycles. Thank you! The urge to get photos riding that motorcycle in pretty princess ball gowns is finally going to be satisfied, and I'm so excited. They're also introducing a new set of camera upgrades featuring new poses, and this is going to be through a camera modification merchant. Okay, so we're gonna get a shop. It says will debut in the future, so I don't know if we're getting that next update. Is this for sure going to be 1.4, or is this just something that we're looking at coming maybe in the next couple? But this will allow us to exchange for things like poses, filters, and more lighting. I love that. I think that's actually a really great way for them to just kind of like add more in without feeling like it's got to be just constantly given away. I feel like this will make it feel a little bit more rewarding, working towards what you want, which makes me very excited. I love taking gorgeous photos and seeing everybody else's gorgeous photos in Infinity Nikki. It's such a creative thing. I think it really makes, especially when you've like kind of done all the content and you really are at that point just kind of playing a dress-up game. You know, you're all caught up, you've done your exploration, you've done your dailies, but you just want to hang out in the world. This will really improve one of the best things I know to do on those days, which is taking gorgeous photos, and I'm so excited. What else do we have? A pair pal upgrade and compendium optimization. Okay, so in the upcoming pair pal upgrade, a stylist card will be more intuitive, showcasing their current outfits and collection progress. Ooh, I like that. So you can kind of see where your friends are at, I'm guessing. A new favorite styling feature will be added, allowing others to review a stylist's chosen favorite when viewing their styling card. Oh, I love that. It's another way for us to show stuff off to our friends. That brings me so much joy. Yes. The compendium system has also been further optimized, now directly displaying the version and acquisition source of each outfit. So that's going to make it a lot easier for us to know how to get items and outfits that we haven't encountered yet, which I think is going to be really cool. I know they did this with the Momo cloaks, so adding this to our actual outfits is going to be so nice. Knowing whether you can actually get this piece or not in game is going to be so helpful. We're also getting a new creature compendium, which will provide detailed descriptions and interaction counts for collectibles, animals, insects, fish, and estlings. Okay, so we're just gonna get a whole section about all the fun things in the world, which I think is so cool. So more information is always nice. I wonder if this is gonna show us maybe like how many of them we've collected, or if we're gonna maybe get like little maybe bits of lore in there. We'll have to see. But I do love that they are constantly working to find us more ways to like hold all of the information we learn. I know they also added to the compendium recently the ability to like reread any lore books you've opened without having to go back and find them. So they'll just appear in the compendium once you find them, which is really nice. Because obviously as somebody who is a bit squirrel-brained, I'll fully admit when playing these games, I don't always want to stop and read that book right then, right there. And for a while, I just refused to interact with them if I wasn't going to read them right then and there. But once they added that, I just interact with them as soon as I find them, knowing that I can find that information in my compendium at any time. And it has been so nice. It has been so nice. And then we have more mobile optimization. Wonderful for all of you mobile players. I did have to play mobile recently while I was on a little bit of a vacation out of town, so I had to do all my stuff on mobile, and I mostly just did my bare minimum dailies because I love you mobile players, and you are fantastic, and I'm so happy you get to play. But I will 100% say as a PC player, there is definitely a difference. There is definitely a difference, but I'm happy to see them optimizing it more. So what exactly are they doing? They're investigating and addressing issues reported by stylists, such as darkened metal textures and disorganization within the album. Amazing. They're also planning to enhance the overall scene presentation on mobile, including refining vegetation, waterfalls, distant mountains, water effects, weather effects, global lighting, and more. Okay, so they're gonna try to like adjust things so that mobile can actually process it better. Oh, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy to see. I love that they are trying to make it a more enjoyable experience across all the platforms, and that is amazing. We also have some other optimizations coming. What do we have? See, so in 1.3, they encountered an issue where event start times were out of sync between overseas and domestic regions. So what they're going to do is they're going to sync the event times across all regions. So it'll be, my guess is what they're saying, is instead of trying to have it start at 6 p.m. in each region, which would then mean it's actually starting several hours apart depending on where you are, they're going to make sure that if it's 6 p.m. in GMT, then it's the equivalent in Pacific and in Asia and everywhere. They're going to make sure that it's, you know, adjusted for time differences so it all starts at the same time, which is really nice. I know sometimes it's gonna suck having to wait, but we already have to do that for updates. So it's gonna mean that everybody's on an even playing field, which I very much appreciate. They also said, following the release of the Adventure Ride outfit, we received valuable feedback requesting the option to use the outfit's ability separately. Yes. I pulled on the Adventure Ride outfit. I do think it's a cute outfit. I pulled on it solely for the motorcycle. As soon as I saw that you could use that motorcycle in any outfit, I pulled it. For me personally, I'm probably not really going to use any of the pieces from the Adventure Ride outfit. I think it's a cute outfit. It's not for me. It's not my vibe. So adding the ability to use the outfit ability separate from the outfit could be kind of cool. I know they're saying that they do need to figure out the best way to approach that, which is valid. I hope they take their time and really make something that works. But I appreciate them letting us know that they're listening and seeing if this is something they can manage. They're also trying to optimize interaction issues reported by stylists on both PC and consoles. They're going to introduce the option to invert the X and Y axes for controller and keyboard mouse setups. Amazing for those of you that prefer that. And they're working on improving the material tracking and collection experience on consoles. Okay, so they really are trying to go across everything and make it as smooth, whether you're on PC, whether you're on console, whether you're on mobile, however you're playing the game, they are trying to listen and make those small adjustments to make it a bit smoother, which is amazing. And now for the most important, exciting part. Some information on some content coming soon. Okay. We understand that rich gameplay and exciting content are the driving forces behind the long-term success of the game. Therefore, continuing to improve gameplay and enhancing the variety of our content will be our focus moving forward. Our goal is to make upcoming versions more complete with improvements to pacing and overall experience. My guess is this is very heavily in relation to the fact that a lot of people with the Eerie Season update, part 2 of the quest felt really short. We wish that maybe we had gotten a little bit more lore there about Queen Philomia. And I know a lot of people had that kind of response, especially because the first part of the quest felt like a nice, hefty, comfortable length. It didn't feel too long, but it also felt like I really did something in that quest. But I know part 2 felt like small preamble, dungeon, really fast wrap up. So my guess is they're going to try to make sure that either both bits are going to be nice and beefy, or they're going to try to balance it a bit better, which I appreciate, again, very much, because sometimes it can be really hard to know how much time I need to dedicate to it when you'll have, you know, one bit that's a lot bigger than the other part. But they're kind of presented as being quote unquote equal. In future updates, a wealth of meticulously crafted content awaits. Ooh, more engaging new systems and gameplay modes. Interesting. Along with ability outfits that offer unique new powers. So more ability outfits. Always, we love it. In version 1.5, we will also get a brand new event map, Serenity Island. New events and even richer rewards waiting for you to explore. So we're getting like another firework aisle, though they're specifying this is an event map. So this might be one that's only going to be available for the update. This isn't going to be for the coming update that comes in about a week or so, which will be 1.4. This is going to be the update after, which is valid. If you guys don't know, generally with live service games like this, when they hear our feedback, it's going to be sometimes 2 to 3 versions before we'll actually be able to see it implemented. Sometimes longer if it takes a bit more, which is totally fine. So a lot of what we're hearing here is probably going to be 1.5, which is totally valid. I'm still so excited. A whole new area. I wonder what Serenity Island is gonna be like. I wonder what we're looking at there, and I'm so excited. And then of course they're reminding us that unfortunately Aries season is drawing to a close, but they thank us for our constant feedback and suggestions, and to stay excited for new reveals, content optimizations, and surprises on the horizon. Oh my god, so much is coming. I'm so excited. This little blurb, it doesn't even feel like that much when you look at it overall, but I feel like just this little update as a whole shows us how much they're really doing their best to listen to the feedback. They want to do their best to, of course, stay true to themselves and the game and the Nikki series, which I love dearly. But they also want to make sure that they are growing with us. They really appreciate us speaking to them to make sure whenever you guys have, there is new surveys going out fairly regularly. Take the time if you can. I usually spend like 5 to 10 minutes a survey going through and letting them know, of course, what I would really love to see, what I've gathered from my wonderful Kitty Coven community, and what you guys would like to see. And it really does matter, especially if you have a large portion of people mentioning the exact same thing, then that shows them that that's something we want. And I am so excited to see everything coming up. What are you guys most excited for that they've told us about in this, between optimizations and hints at new stuff coming? What has you the most excited? Honestly, I think for me, I'm excited most for the camera upgrades. I love taking the photos. If you have tuned into any of the Infinity Nikki streams that I've done, you've seen me sometimes be, okay, we're gonna get this crust done. We're gonna go do this. Ooh, pretty spot to take a photo. Let me stop. Photo, photo, photo. And I'll suddenly just spend 10 minutes taking a photo. It happens constantly. So I'm very, very excited. Let me know what you guys are most excited for down in the comments below. Make sure you join us over on Twitch for our live streams, or wherever else you'd like to follow. You can find me down in the description below. I cannot wait to hear what you guys are most excited for. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.